Alright, next you have Sister. Uh, this one reminds me of like disco or something. It's very disco-y. Uh, it kind of reminds me of like Saturday Night Fever or something. It's like dun 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 dun. You just want to get on some roller skates or something and like I don't really know. Like I don't know how to put it in the words. It's just a really fun song. This is one from the CD that might actually turn some longtime devotees of the Black Keys off a little bit, but not me. I'm open to their their change and their exploration in terms of sound, and as I mentioned, it works. It works on this CD. This is another very good song, very radio friendly. If they were to release it as a single, it's a good one. Track 8 is a Hell of a Season, I believe is what it's called. Not one of the top songs from the CD, but it's definitely well written. It's got a strong chorus. The Danger Mouse is really prominent here, as he is with most of the album. The chorus has this kind of creepy, almost ominous tone, I guess you could say. Uh, yeah, I don't really have that much to say about this song. It's a good one. Just leave it at that. Then you have Stop Stop. This one is another one of my favorites from this album. Uh, it's got this kind of like Motown, like really old-fashioned, fun, like really pure song. It could have been on Brothers, like the latter half of Brothers. And speaking of, that's one of the things that I love about this. It's a short and sweet album. I think it clocks in at a little over 30 minutes, I think. Um, whereas Brothers, I felt like it was full of uh, leftovers, you could say. Like I just felt like it trailed off towards the end. It had too many songs. Too many towards the end were slow soul tunes, and yeah, that's something that I liked about this one a lot. It bears repeating for me because I think that's a quality I look for in Black Keys albums is simplicity, and I felt like Brothers kind of there were too many styles going on, and they just dragged it on too long. And I feel like this is a more cohesive album. But yeah, anyways, Stop Stop, yeah, that could have been on Brothers, but it's a soulful song, but it has more of the pop qualities that I think people are going to be looking for in Black Keys songs now. It's very fun, another toe tapper. Should please you. Then you have Nova Baby. Uh, it's a faster tempo song, but it's not really a rock song. It's more of a really pretty song. I was driving around earlier, listening to it, and looking at Christmas lights in my neighborhood, and it made me think, yeah, this song is really Christmassy feeling. It's just a really pretty atmosphere to it, and yeah, it's just a simple little song that really really rubbed me the right way, I guess you could say. All right, I'm trying to finish this up. I know I'm taking too long. I'm gonna have to split it in two parts already, I think, just to get this out there. But we closed the album with Mind Eraser, which immediately made me think of Mind Eraser, No Chaser by them Crooked Vultures, which is a good song. Uh, but it has nothing to do with this, clearly. Um, the first few times I heard it, didn't really stick. I can never remember anything about it. It didn't really have any qualities that made it stand out for me. But the last few times I heard it, it kind of clicked. I got it, and not probably not even in the top 5 of my favorite songs on the El Camino, but it's a good closer. I could ask for better, but nothing will ever top Things Ain't Like They Used to Be from Attack and Release, which is the best closer of just about any album. You'd It'd be a challenge to find a better closer to a CD. Um, so yeah, nothing can live up to that, and I think I just have it in my head. I put that on such a pedestal that any Black Keys song that finishes off a record is just awful in comparison, and is half the song, not even half the song that Things Ain't Like They Used to Be is. But it's a good song. One thing that bothers me is that the solo in this is a little too similar to the solo in Stop Stop, which is only two songs before it. And yeah, I think if you're gonna have such a similar solo, it's got that like real. I don't know what the effect is. I'm not too guitar savvy. I don't know all the technical things about it, but the sound reminds me of the '90s. If that helps you, it has that like washy reverb '90s feel to it. Uh, but yeah, I feel like the solos are a little too similar. They should have either had it in one or the other. It would have really set one or the other apart more and given it more of a unique flavor to the album. But that's just one of my little beefs with El Camino. But overall, I love it. I know a lot of people probably aren't, and then a lot of people are. They're going to say, they sold out. They're continuing to sell out. A lot of people said that with Brothers. Just because they're getting some recognition and getting radio play does not mean that the quality of their songwriting and performance has gone down any. They're growing for me. It's good. Like I said, the Danger Mouse production, it suits them. I welcome it. Here's to hoping that he continues working with them. And yeah, it's a very solid album, one that I'll be listening to for probably the rest of my life. Great way to end a decent year of albums in 2011. Yeah, I hope you got something out of this. I know the album isn't officially released yet, but it is floating around, and yeah, a lot of people have heard it. So if you haven't heard it, go check out the official Black Keys website. They have 5 songs streaming, and wait for that December the 6th, I believe, the December the 6th release date. And keep listening to good music. Thanks for watching.